how would you like to build a function like this that gives you the top n and other? So equals AA top n, highlight a column of categories, comma, highlight column of values, comma. How many items do you want the top n to be? Let's say top 10, close a bracket, press enter, and there you go. You've got the top 10 items plus a grand total and a count of the other. This is my second take at this video because I left out two crucial parts when building the previous solution. You may have watched that earlier video. This is the revised one with the correct formula. I'm going to show you how I built it, how you build the basics, how you build a lambda at the end. All right, let's go. You can download my solution file at the end. I've also got a formula you can just copy, paste and reuse. Check out the links in the description. Okay, I'm going to break this down into how I built this into three main parts. So first of all, I'm going to use the group by. So the group by function, okay, comma, highlight the values you want to add, comma, I want to sum the results. This is really useful if you've got just not individual categories, but it'll roll up. So group by will roll up any duplicates. So if I've got 5 entries for Afghanistan, it'll sum them all up. Okay. And then I close the bracket and press enter. And that's my starting point. Now in my previous iteration of this video, I missed out a crucial thing. Right down the bottom, group by adds a total. Okay, I don't want that total. So I'm going to edit the group by, comma, comma, no totals, 0. Enter. And the other bit I forgot until later on in the video was I want to do top 10 or top n by value. So you have to sort this list because I want to grab the top 10 items. So again, comma, and you go with the sort order. And if you choose column number 2, I want to sort by, there's 2 columns here, right? I want to sort by the second column. There we go. That's in ascending order. So I want it to be descending, so -2. Okay, so that's your starting point. Forgot a couple of those critical bits, which stuffs up everything else afterwards. Great. So that's my starting formula. Okay, next one. I just want to take the top n equals take, okay, from this array, D3 hash, take the top 10 rows. We can parameterize that later. Okay, let me just move this down a bit and I'll just move this out of the way a bit for now. Right, next bit equals, I want to drop the top 10 rows. So drop this array, comma, 10 rows. Now what I'd done before is forgotten to get rid of the total row, and therefore this bottom part was including that total row, which I don't want. Because what I want to do is also drop the first column. So I've just got the values. Okay, that's the parameter there, drop the columns. And then I just want to sum that whole thing. Okay, so sum the whole thing, put a bracket on the end. And now that's my grand total for other. And then all I want to do is just put the word other. So H stack for horizontally stack, the word other with that sum. And now I've got my other. And then ultimately this bit, the final combination is to vertically stack this array, comma, with that array. Great. This one doesn't have the count bit yet. I'll show you that later on inside the lambda. But ultimately that's a multi-stage solution. That might be all you need. Or you might like to put it in one formula, and then you might want to name that formula top n, so you can reuse it over and over again. So that's where we're heading. Okay, the all-in-one approach. I'm going to copy these parts, right? So this, I'm just going to go Control-C, this, Control-C, this, Control-C. And now the last bit is just stacking, so I'm not going to bother copying that. Okay, so let's use the let function to stack all these together. Now, I just copied 3 things. So how am I going to paste 3 things into my let formula? That's where you need Windows key V. So Windows V, check it out. The last 3 things or the last 10 things you've copied, they're here. Windows key V. Best shortcut in the world, right? I love it. It's so good. Equals let. Okay, open the bracket, shift enter. Okay, underscore group by, or whatever you want to call it. I use an underscore, it's just a parameter name. I use underscore so that it shows up later easily so I can reference it using underscore. You'll see what happens in a second. Okay, so Windows key V. Let's paste in the group by. Let me make this go across here a bit so we can see a bit easier. And get rid of the equals. And later on, when we turn this into a lambda, we can parameterize these inputs. You could even do that separately now. You could split them out. But that'll do as a starting point. Okay, comma. Let's put the n in there to make it nice and obvious, comma 10. Okay, then we want to do the underscore top n is going to be Windows key V. Let's just paste in this take. So that was the other thing. Okay, and rather than hard coding in the 10, let's refer to n. See, when I do the underscore, all the parameters pop up. That's the only reason I really use underscore. Okay, cool. And then let's do underscore other. It's going to be the other function. So that was the hstack other. Okay. Again, drop. What are we dropping? So it's not D3 hash. Sorry, this one isn't either. This is the underscore group by, as is this underscore group by. And rather than 10, we refer to n. So you see, with let, you just parameterize things and replace the parts. And that's really it, apart from stacking them together. So comma. And then at the end, we don't put a parameter name in, we just return the result. That's how let works. So vstack, so I'm not giving this bit a name. That's how you can just do it this way. Vstack, the underscore top n with underscore other. Cool, close the bracket, alt enter, close the bracket on the let. And that should be your top n and other. Just got a bit of formatting here, which I'll just clear. Okay, that's clear formatting, clear all. There we go. Okay, lovely. So how do we turn this into a named function so that we don't, we can easily sort of split these out and make it easy for the end user or yourself to put the number in so you don't have to have this horrible looking formula? Okay, you really need Excel Labs. So under Home, Add-ins, Excel Labs, technically you can do this because the Lambda gets stored as a named formula under Name Manager, but trying to write your formula in there is horrible. So Excel Labs, so under Add-ins, search for Excel Labs. So Excel Labs opens like this. Click Open for Advanced Formula Environment. Okay, and there's my sort of formula in there. You can just copy the formula. I'll just copy it here. Okay, Control C. Okay, under Modules, and I've already got a top N. So I'm just going to delete that and rebuild it. I've got my AA top N as well, the fancier one, which I'll come back to. Let's go right down the bottom. Okay, make sure there's a semicolon after the previous function. So here we go. Top N equals, okay, lambda. That's how you start these things. I'll just get rid of the bracket off the end. Got to remember to put a bracket right at the end. Okay, Control V. Get rid of the let. Okay. And we're pretty much there, apart from just replacing some of these things. Ooh, and putting a shift enter bracket on the end for the lambda. Okay, so here we go. The lambda takes sort of inputs. So let's call it same as the let, right? It's sort of row fields. That's the column you're going to select. not a great name. Should really say select column. Value fields. Just keep it simple, comma, and then n, comma. And then replace these things. So row fields here replaces that. Need a comma after it. Okay, country population, start typing value fields. That pops up. Sum is there. The 0 to remove the grand totals. The -2 to make sure it's sorted. So, and then n. Now I could just get rid of this and replace this with n, which is probably easier than, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then these error out, but all I have to do is get rid of the little underscore and the little underscore. Okay, and that'll do. There is an n function, so maybe I should call this something different, but you get the idea. And that should be it. Okay, top N. So if I click save, and then I come back down here, well, let's actually go over here a bit and insert some columns. So insert. So by saving it, it's now available in this workbook, equals top N. Row fields, value fields, n. See, that's the corresponding part. So row fields, comma, value fields, comma, and then n, let's say top 5. So there's my top 5 and my other. Now I haven't got the fancy count. I'll come back to that. So there we go. That's how you build it. Then, how did I build my fancier version? Equals AA top N, okay, row fields, comma, column fields, comma, N, top 5, comma, and then I've added this optional parameter. Do I want to exclude the others? Do I want to include the median? So by default, it includes the others and gives you a count. If I put a 1 in there, it excludes the others. And if I put a 2 in there, it adds the others and the median, so 95 and the median score. And if you put a 5 in there, it tells you it's invalid. So how did I do that? Right, let's take a look. Here we go, down the side here. Just added a bit of description and things as well, sort of with the slashes to comment the code out. So AA top N, same idea, except there's an optional square brackets. Okay, means optional parameter, but you have to handle that if somebody doesn't fill it in. So the way I've done that is said, okay, add an option field in my let to say if this parameter is excluded, treat it as a 0. Otherwise, grab the 0 or the 1 or the 2 that people enter. So 0 is my default. So if they leave it out, set it as 0. Also, in order to do the count, I've split out other values as a separate, just give me that column of values before doing the sum. With having that, I can then do a sum of the other values, but I can also do a count of the other values or a median of the other values. Or you could swap that out, for anything you want. You could even make that a parameter as an input, as an optional median or sum or something like that at the end. Okay. And then I've just done a switch statement, which is like a nicer way of doing a nested if. So grab me the option number, 0, 1, 2. Remember, if it's left it out, the if statement says if it's absent, if it's omitted, treat it as a 0. So if it's 0, just do a VStack, okay, with the other count and other. So that's why I'm getting that a nice little bit with the brackets in. So let me just put this back to 0, for example. That's the 95 inside the brackets. Okay, if they put a 1 in, just give me the top N, don't stack other. If they do a 2, then stack top N with other with the median. And if they do anything else, invalid. So there we go. That's how you can set it up. And then I've put this formula in a gist, which you can download. So you can just copy the link. So if I go here, gist, and this link is in the description. Okay, you can just copy that link, go into your Excel labs, go into modules, click this little import from URL, paste that in and import, and you'll have all my formulas. I've got more, I'll show you now. If I open this up, so here's my gist. Okay, I've got a bunch of things in there, like compare two lists, or a safe divide function. When you divide by 0, you can just say what rather than returning a div error, you can say what you want it to return. And right down the bottom is my latest one, okay, AA TOPN. So you'll have access to all of these, or you could simply just go to this gist and, copy paste this into your Excel Labs, copy that whole thing, or you can download it, okay, and just get an instant copy. There we go. Hope you find that useful. It's easy to miss out some of these parameters, so yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks to everybody who flagged the fact that my previous formula was importantly, I had missed out the fact that the group by, the bottom end, was included in total. So thanks for pointing that out. All right. Thanks for all your comments. Really love having them. And I'll catch you in the next video.